Okay, so hey guys. So if you saw my last video where I basically explained my new motivations and why I'm doing them and basically why I've chosen the quotes that I have in the past, and you kind of understand the premise of this video and what I'm going to be talking about. So the quote for this week is basically going to be, if you see me looking over here, it's because the quote is written on my whiteboard. It's not because there's somebody over there. It says, sometimes it's not the people who change, it's the mask that falls off. And this quote speaks to me way more than any of the other ones, and I think it's mostly because what I've just gone through in my life, and what not only me, but I feel like millions of other people have gone through. It's basically when you think that a person, any person in your life, is basically just can be this type of person one day, and then the next just completely flip a switch and change, and it's just who they are. Or they can be, like, for example, if it's an ex, like while they were dating, you were just like, they were so kind, they were so sweet, so caring, and then after you guys broke up, they were so hostile to you and barely would even talk to you and probably talk behind your back. And it's like, how could you just go from being this caring, loving person one day to being this evil, conniving person the next? And honestly, I feel like that can be spoken for somebody that you were in a romantic relationship with, a platonic relationship with, an acquaintance, or even like somebody who is your supervisor or somebody in authority, or somebody else in authority, I guess. It would just be, totally different and just surprising to you. And recently in my life, even, I'm not going to say high school because I loved high school, but, just like that summer, and, even coming here, like there's just some people that I've encountered that, obviously I'm new. I have never been to Missouri, and there's only like 7 people that I know that go here. But like other than that, like there's like 8,000 people here that basically live on campus, if not more, and so I'm bound to meet people, and those people may not be the same people that I met on the first day. Like, people evolve, people change. I certainly have, and it's just, you never know really who people are, like, you never know. People can reinvent themselves when they go new places. I know from middle school to high school I was in a different district, so I did change myself. I did evolve for myself. I got bullied in middle school, I got bullied in elementary school. I tried to change those things about myself when I went to high school, so I didn't have to go through that again. And don't get me wrong, I loved middle school, I loved high school. It wasn't like a really terrible bullying. It was kids being kids, little kids being little kids. But I did try to change myself for that in high school, because high school is a scary place. High school is a new place, and I didn't want to go through that again at all. I didn't want to take the risk of that. So I basically did change myself, and I know that I evolved into a different person then, and I did keep some of myself when I came into high school. Um, and I know that some people do have that same experience. Some people do go through that same thing. It's just different when people change their whole persona and then they don't keep it. It's like it's a false thing, like it's something temporary. It's not they're changing for either a person, or they want to be this type of person, like you thrive to be somebody else inside of yourself, and then you kind of are like, I don't want to be this anymore, and then, you go back to, rather, you were conniving, you were manipulative, you were, anything, like a backstabber or a sabotager. Like, it's that kind of thing that I feel like that's where the part of the quote where it's like the mask fell off, is that you were pretending to be this person, this false person, and then you just gave up. and people only know that false person, and so to you, you're just being who you truly are, but to other people, it's like, you lied to me, like, that's not who you were, like, why didn't you just be yourself, and I feel like the quote really does have a negative connotation to it, but I feel like it could be a good thing, like, I know what's been going around is like F boys, and all that stuff, and I've seen like TikTok, and I know TikTok isn't a reliable source, but basically that you, all good guys aren't getting girls, because all girls want are bad guys, or like bad boys and all that stuff, and then the good boys turn into bad boys so that girls will want them, and then girls always complain because all there is bad boys, and then it just goes into this terrible cycle, and I feel like that's one thing, like the mask falls off whenever a bad boy turns into a good boy, and it's like, like, it's just, I feel like it's the type of thing that you just have to like feel for, and it hurts and it sucks, especially when you have to drop a person or ghost a person, because their mask did fall off and it's not who you expected it to be, and you don't want to deal with the new person, without the mask, and it does suck, and it gets better, and it's like a trial period, like, you just have to feel for it and really rely on your gut instinct, like, is this the best thing for you? Is this going to make you happier in the long run? Are you happy? When you talk to this person, are you truly happy in that moment? And it's like, if the answer is no, or you even suggest that it's no, drop them. Like, if you're having like a funny conversation and you're not even happy about it, you should just be like, wow. Or if you dread hanging out with this person, you should be like, wow, like, I don't want to be friends. Like, I just don't want to be friends. Like, it's not, and I feel like it's just healthier that way. And a lot of people have done it before you, and a lot of people will do it after you. It's just, I don't believe in that wait until the next year kind of thing to drop toxic friends. I feel like you should do it right then and there, because why wait until the new year to make yourself happy? This is what I'm saying. One step, you may not be instantly happy, but at least you take the step forward instead of staying with them and delaying your happiness. You deserve to be happy every single second that you're breathing, every single second that you're able to live on this beautiful world. You should be happy. And I feel like you shouldn't have to wait 364 days to be happy. So go out, and if you see a toxic friend that you just dread hanging out with, you don't ever want to be around, you just hate talking about, you're not truly happy, then just be like, I don't want to be friends anymore. Okay, guys, that's it, for that quote. Again, the quote is, sometimes it's not the people who change, it's the mask that falls off. These will be in my Pinterest account that's linked below. Just go to screensavers and look at all the quotes, and that will be where I will be pulling the Monday motivation. Also, I just follow different accounts on Instagram, so if you see that I repost or anything like that, my Instagram will be linked down below. I love you guys. Bye.